Welcome everyone to the Identity Crisis Show. I'm your host Dylan George.
And I'm his host Sean O'Neill.
Man, you sound so delightfully tired.
I hope everybody got good sleep last night because I did not.
Exactly.
Dylan's gonna be carrying this conversation. If I start to snore, they'll wake me up. All right.
Yeah, I will not be surprised if you fall asleep. And now, before we get too far, we should introduce our guests. Alyse.
Hi.
She is the cosplay girl, the girl who cosplays.
I play the cause.
She what?
What?
I play the cause.
What cause?
What cause?
Don't worry about it.
What's your favorite COD game? Go.
COD game? Like Call of Duty?
COD? Oh my god.
I tried playing Call of Duty like 2 weeks ago and I was really bad at it.
Oh, it's because it's a bad game.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't even remember which one. There's too many of them and they all sound the same.
That's very true.
Was it the guns that go pew pew or pow pow?
God.
Pew pew.
Yeah, that sounds like a pew pew.
Advanced Warfare.
Yeah, gotcha. Exoskeletons. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so if you guys didn't see Friday's stream or yesterday's stream, this is my sister Alyse, and she does a lot of cosplays.
I do.
So we had her come on yesterday and help us do a Prince Zuko cosplay. It went well.
It went.
It was a stream.
It was a stream.
It went along.
It went. It happened.
But hey, I mean, it got us to affiliate.
This is true, yeah. So we also want to announce that stream got us to affiliate. So you can now subscribe to us on twitch.tv.
Woo.
So if you scroll down and you see a little subscribe button, don't be afraid to hit it. Because we're at affiliate now. And thank you everyone for getting us there. We are very, very happy that we actually finally reached this point. So yeah, enjoy that.
Yeah, especially if you have a Twitch Prime. It's free. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
it costs you nothing.
It literally costs you nothing and gives us money, and we like money, so
We do.
give us money
And
now.
then the more money we have, the better content we can create.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a win-win. Well, win-lose-win. But yeah, it's a win-win.
Wait, who's losing?
That's true. The people who actually have to watch us.
Yeah, the viewers.
The
The
viewers.
viewers are losing. They're immediately losing. All right. Well, so the topic of today's podcast is quite simply just all about cosplays. I think I named it something stupid like cosplay isn't just another pretty face.
Yeah.
I thought it was clever at the time.
It wasn't.
But it wasn't.
It really
It
wasn't.
wasn't. But basically, all we'll be doing is just asking Alyse about her little cosplay experiences, like what's it like to cosplay, what it takes to be a cosplayer, and how you actually started. So let's just go off with that. How did you actually start getting into cosplay?
I started getting into cosplay, oh god, maybe back in 2015, somewhere around there, when
Okay.
Dylan went to some local con, and obviously he couldn't drive, so my mom had to take him, and I went with him, and there was these people dressing up, and I was like, they look really cool, I want to do that, and then in, I believe, 2016, I went to my first con in cosplay at Heroes Con in
Raleigh.
Raleigh,
Yeah,
in
it was
Raleigh. Yeah, I would remember if it was Charlotte or Raleigh. And I went as Josie from Josie and the Pussycats. And one person recognized me, but that's okay.
What's also funny about that is the one person that recognized you was a webtoon artist after you had previously dissed webtoons.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I had a little bit more love towards webtoon after that.
Yeah, so, but, I mean, it was weird because she was the only webtoon artist that, like, had her own little booth.
Mm-hmm.
When most webtoons, like, had a huge stage. Like, literally, they had, like, a pillar.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it was big.
like a quarter of the venue section was
exactly.
webtoon.
That's when I realized that it was, webtoon was as big as it was. I thought it was just kind of a small thing that I'd found, but apparently not.
No, I got YouTube ads for it all the time. And it was some, like, stupid, like, my boyfriend's tall and I'm in love with him kind of.
Yeah, the ads are really bad.
Yeah, and so that's why I hated Webtoon, because I was like, oh, this sounds like a really bad, like, fan fiction.
I
It's
actually got
fair.
an email from Webtoon this morning.
Who's saying
It's
probably an advertisement, so this is going to be very anticlimactic.
It was. Let me see if I
Okay.
can find it.
I do read Lore Olympus on Webtoon.
That's one of the few that I haven't read.
Yeah, that's, like, one of the most popular ones, and I do really like
You should
Lore
watch the
Olympus.
animes.
All right.
There's two animes based off
It's
of
a
Webtoon.
sneak peek.
Interesting.
Death of a pop star.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's a sneak peek. It's literally a panel with no words in it.
Okay.
That's it.
nice.
Oh.
That's the only
What
sneak
a
peek
what
I
a
get.
sneak peek.
I'm so interested right now.
Read more. You know what? Damn, you got me. Chirp, chirp. I'm in.
Chirp chirp. I'm sold. I also want to ask: was that the con in 2015? Was that the convention that Kirsten wanted to take a picture with a furry?
I think so.
I think that was. Yeah.
I have mad respect for furries, honestly.
Watch it.
Why?
Because they're not all gross people.
Well, yeah.
And just because they are in fursuits does not mean that they are attracted to animals. That is called bestiality.
It's a toss of a coin if they really are.
It is.
But it was still like that is. But Kirsten was practically begging, and our mom, who has no idea about anything related to that stuff, was like, "Yeah, why can't she take a picture? Why can't she take a picture?" I'm like, "Mom,
Well,
there is a slew of reasons that it probably wouldn't be great that I don't have time to explain to you right
but
now."
I mean, like, nothing happened. They just took the picture and that was it. So, like,
we didn't even take the picture.
did they?
No, we didn't let her because we weren't sure what would happen.
Yeah.
If anything, it would be like an extremely awkward situation. So we're like, just leave.
But I think the more I got into cosplay, the more I like gained respect for furries. And honestly, if you're not a creep,
there, man.
I don't. Yeah, especially going to cons and like in 90-degree weather in that whole fursuit, I have mad respect for you if you can do that.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's impressively. It's impressive, but also very odd.
And people either commission it or make it themselves. Like, there's no other.
I don't know how you would make it.
And they're like $400 to commission, like just for the head.
That sounds about right.
It's a lot.
Those things are expensive. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So if you're a furry, I respect you.
So you did your first cosplay as Josie, and that if I remember right, didn't take you too long to make.
It took me like 2 weeks, which is honestly kind of surprising because a lot of it I ended up sewing myself. And I was at that time I was pretty much like a beginner sewer.
Sewer.
So I had to make like the tail, and I sewed that myself, and then part of the jacket I had to sew and but most of it was honestly from Goodwill, and then just me just cutting and sewing.
I feel like that's a lot of early cosplays is
Oh,
Goodwill
definitely.
shopping.
Yeah.
That's what it is. A lot of early cosplays is a bunch of thrift shopping, putting shit together.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
really making it from scratch.
Yeah.
Because making it is hard.
Making
Yeah,
it
but
is hard. It's a new level of like difficulty. So I wouldn't recommend starting with making something from scratch. I'd say go to your Goodwill, or even
That's
if
what
you
I
want
did,
to,
and I regretted
just
it.
buy your cosplay. You don't have to make it.
Yeah. I've tried making cosplays, and I'm just not good at it, which really brings me down, because I like to do things perfect the first try. And if I don't, then I hate it. I hate cosplays.
I haven't really tried cosplays. I mean, I want to, but at the same time, I feel like if I end up enjoying it, I'm going down a rabbit hole of doing it all the time. I'm kind of like, I know, like, after a week, I'll lose my ambition for it and be like,
A week?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
You're giving yourself too much credit.
I know.
that happens. That happens where like I get really, really invested for cosplay for like months, and then I just stop for a little while.
So then after you did your Josie cosplay, what was the next one that you did, if you remember?
The next one might have been GalaxyCon.
Okay, yeah, that
And
sounds right.
that
That was like a
was-
year later, right?
That was in 2018, and the
Really?
other con was in 2016. So we didn't do anything in 2017. Well, I think we went to a few like local cons, but I
Maybe.
didn't get like the next time I went in cosplay was Maple Pines from Gravity Falls in 2018.
That's right. Yeah, that's one of the few cosplays I guess I did, which really was just, again, like you said, Goodwill shopping, where I went as a dipper.
Yeah.
I'll say, my Halloween costume, if you want to even call it cosplay, I'm about to be Russell. And
That's right.
It was just a
From
bunch of,
Up?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of Goodwill shopping. And I'm like,
Yeah.
alright, this works.
It fits.
It fits.
It fits for you.
If,
The wilderness must be explored.
I mean, technically, it is a cosplay. If you call it a cosplay,
Well, I mean, all costumes are in a sense
I feel
cosplay.
like,
yeah.
I feel
I
like,
can get into that in a bit.
I feel like a lot of cosplay depends on how you act when you're in the costume.
That's true.
Because I feel like it's a lot of role playing too.
That's kind of
Yeah.
a touchy subject that I can get into if you would like
Okay,
me
yeah.
to.
What's the difference between a cosplay and a costume?
Well, it really depends on who you ask, but in my opinion, if you're pretending to be someone else, that sounds bad, but it's really not.
Identity.
But
theft.
like,
Wow.
if you're being a fictional character and you have the intent of being that fictional character, you are technically cosplaying. It doesn't need to be the
Okay.
canon outfit. It can be just what you think the character would wear, and you don't have to have a wig. I'm not wearing a wig right now, and I'm in cosplay. You don't need a wig, and you don't need to spend a bunch of money for cosplay. As long as you're happy with how it turned out, it's a cosplay.
So then what if like a little kid has like a Halloween Iron Man costume and he's acting like Iron Man? Is he not a cosplayer?
Technically, he is. If that's what he wants to say he is, then he is.
Good for little Timmy.
But going on to what Sean said about role playing, that can be a difficult thing because of who you're role playing. And so, for example, Deadpool cosplayers. If you're at a con and you're cosplaying Deadpool, please don't blame you being handsy on you being in character. That has happened before.
I can believe that.
Yeah, I can see that.
It is okay to roleplay and be that character. That's perfectly fine. Just don't step boundaries and blame it on you being in character.
Yeah, that's obviously, yeah.
Yeah, I've had
Don't be a dick.
I went as Lydia, and I had a few Beetlejuice cosplayers get handsy and be like, I was just being in character, and I was like, and I'm 14.
Nice.
So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
or I might have been 13 at the time. I don't remember.
You're like, yeah, the cops are right there. So
Yeah, exactly.
See that uniform? They're in character.
Yeah. So. Okay. Then. So you started like you really got into cosplay when you were doing like all your TikTok stuff and Instagram
Yeah, social
stuff.
media honestly is what got me like really into cosplay. Like I loved cosplaying for cons, but I wanted to like do it outside of cons. And really the only way to do that, unless you just want to stay in your room, is do it on social media. So
Sure.
yeah, I do it for Instagram and TikTok.
What is that Instagram and TikTok?
Yeah.
What is it?
We should have.
What's the
They are
handle?
applications.
All right, no, you missed your chance. You can't plug
It is
anything anymore.
Alyse.cosplays, spelled ALYSE.COSPLAYS.
She got it. She learned how to spell cosplays. She wasn't sure at first, but she figured it out.
I almost spelled it with a K, but
Okay.
If you would have spelled it
Sure.
with a K, that would have been fucking hilarious.
That would have been pretty good.
that's not how you spell it. But you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram.
The best places to be anywhere.
Yeah, I'll get a Twitter going.
Give or take.
Don't get a Twitter.
I do have a Twitter, but they don't affiliate with each other.
Yeah. I mean, I think you follow us on Twitter.
I do follow you
possibly.
guys on Twitter. I don't really use Twitter, though. I
That's
just like
fair.
seeing
Twitter's
people
lame.
get mad at each other. Because that's all Twitter's good for, so.
True. Twitter is like where the place where you share opinions, but it doesn't give you enough space to share your opinions.
Yeah, like that's where
true.
people put their like apologies when they don't want to make like a YouTube apology video.
Yeah.
So like
that's
only a
also
few
true.
people see it, but like you technically apologized.
Yeah,
Man,
of course.
I'm never making a YouTube apology video.
You don't know. You never know.
Oh no, I do know. I'd just be like, damn, y'all really mad about something.
That's tough.
Tough.
I have seen like a couple of apology videos that are just like, I apologize for doing what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is off topic, but I'd be like, yeah, damn, that's tough that y'all are getting butthurt about this shit. Suck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm living my best life.
That'll work.
Yeah, that won't go south.
But anyways, back to lay topic. So like, what was the first cosplay you did like on your social medias? Or did you like
My
post
first
previous cosplays?
My first was technically Lydia, but I already did her. So my first one that I did like with the intent of posting on social media was Eddie Kasprak from It, the child version, not the adult.
A child.
The child.
Is he the one that dies?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah.
He's the asthmatic. Oh, spoilers for the second movie.
It's shit.
I
No one
guess.
cares.
Yeah, nobody cares.
It's not good. But yeah, that was my first one, and we went on from there.
So then, what's your favorite one that you've done, just like in total?
Oh, Chell, right now. Yeah, she's definitely my favorite that I've done because I'm on this portal hyperfixation. So yeah, she's probably my favorite that I've done.
What made you play Portal? Because I remember you just kind of randomly got into it.
I was bored. I remember because I played it I heard you and Dad talking about it when I was a child. I love saying that. You guys would always make like Cake is Alive references, and I was like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And then I played it when I was 9, and I got through like the 3rd level, and then I cried because it's too difficult. So I was like, why don't I play it again? I'm in quarantine. I have nothing better to do.
Fair.
So then I played it, and I fell in love with it.
Yeah,
So-
I mean it's really good. It was like one of the first PC games I ever played, or at the very least like one of the first I remember. Like I distinctly remember playing it in like Christmas one year. Just kind of like while people are doing stuff around, I was like playing some Portal games. on the computer, and I remember liking it a lot, and so that's when I decided to go back to it on stream a little bit, because I was like, I liked Portal. Let's see if I can see if it holds up, and it's a really good game.
And I mean, over quarantine, it's starting to gain popularity again because Jacksepticeye played it during quarantine, and
really?
so and so it started to come back, and the Portal fandom is there, and it is strong. So
well, I mean, yeah. A lot of Valve fandoms are strong.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're like, even though that they haven't made like anything besides Half-Life Alyx in like 10 years.
Yeah, basically.
I mean, there's still a lot of people really like all of the games they've made.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I'm trying to get into Half-Life.
Half-Life, I think, is very dated, but for the time, it was really good.
It's very dated, but I'm okay with that, and I'm still playing it.
I mean, the big thing was that it had a really good physics engine, which was pretty unseen for the time. Yeah. So that's why people love them.
Have you ever watched the speed run of that game?
I can only imagine.
Half-Life?
Yeah, it's so funny because there's a way, if you jump up on a slope and then you start jumping on your way down, you just get so much momentum and they shoot you across the map.
That's great.
That's honestly really cool.
And then if you go faster jumping backwards too. And it's like, okay.
Gordon Freeman b-hops to the end of the game.
And yeah, if you thought Half-Life's physics were cool, you should see Portal. That's trippy.
Portal does have some interesting physics. Yeah, and I mean, honestly, it like really does still hold up to this day. Like
it does.
Like their physics are just it makes a lot of sense, even though it doesn't, might not be 100% accurate to how, the real world is.
Yeah.
Right.
Its physics are pretty well done. Like so much so that a game that was in VR kind of tried to copy that in a sense, where like it was called Boneworks. It's not a very good game, to be honest. But the VR, but like its main thing is that it's got like really interesting physics engine to it. Like you use momentum to jump up and down to kind of like, get to a higher position, and it's pretty interesting. I got to give it credit for that. And then Half-Life Alyx came out, and it's just like blew every other VR game out of the water.
Yeah,
I believe it.
I've heard.
So, yeah. So then, what's the cosplay community like, Alyse? So, because I'm certain you're in all those little circles.
Yes, that's a difficult question.
Okay.
Because it's good, but as every fandom, I guess if you want to say, it has its downsides.
Well, yeah.
Creeps, racists, sexist, all the people like that.
Well, that's what happened when your Chell video blew up.
Yeah,
you had a lot of the gamers coming in.
Yeah, my Chell video, last time I checked, is at 30,000 views.
Ooh, Jesus Christ.
Which is crazy. I don't know how. I guess the algorithm was being nice to me that day.
True.
And
algorithm decides everyone's fate.
yeah, basically, algorithm and the Danganronpa fans have decided my fate, basically. So
the two gods.
Yeah.
The High Council.
So, yeah. So, being that I was cosplaying a female protagonist from a game, the sexist gamer boys had to tell me that I've never played Portal, and that I only cosplayed a hot female because it'd get the boys' attention.
Of course, yeah. We just picked a hot female that hasn't been in anything for the past 10 years.
Yeah,
I was
this
like
is such a new character.
Yeah, I was like, if I want to do that, I'd be cosplaying from Overwatch, okay? So
True.
Yeah, do a good old diva.
Yeah,
That'd
diva,
be-
Yeah, I know.
definitely.
Would you rather that?
Yeah.
So like what I'm trying to think, like what's your like favorite thing about like the cosplay communities?
Honestly, this sounds kind of cheesy, but like meeting other people that cosplay the same like character as you. Some people hate that. Some people do not like cosplaying the same character.
You were
Like,
the same outfit.
I don't know. You wore the same dress to me as prom.
and you know who it is? It's always the Toga and Deku cosplayers. Like they didn't expect there to be another one.
have the most cosplaying.
Yes, it's always them. And
That's all.
But personally, I enjoy seeing other people's cosplays to see what they did with it, especially for a character like Chell, who doesn't talk, and so she's kind of up to your interpretation.
True.
So it's kind of nice seeing other people's interpretations and stuff.
That's when you just learn sign language and start going around and be like, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
But you said like they're dummies.
Yeah, we don't. Those gamer boys are all dummies.
Yes, they are.
Gamers boys. Oh.
Yeah.
Gamer guys. Ugh. Oh shit.
God. Yeah, but and then old men finding them and being like, "You look really good," and I'm like,
Yeah, that's
not the compliment I want.
Yeah, please put in your bio. Be like, guys, 15.
I do put that, and I say...
Oh, I'm sure. I think that would make it worse,
yeah,
frankly.
Honestly, yeah.
I just say I'm a minor, I'm 15, and you can do duets on TikTok. And I have an age restriction, so 16 and under can do relationship-like TikToks and duet. But I don't usually do, like, ship duet or ship content. Some people do. I just, in case I ever do something romantic-like, I would like people 16... between the ages of like 13 and 16 to duet and nobody else because that makes me uncomfortable.
That's fair. Yeah.
I don't care if like 18-year-olds or like 19-year-olds duet just like normal stuff. I don't care about that. As long as you're not being creepy, go for it.
Don't be creepy.
Don't be creepy. But I do get some
PSA.
duets of people just like showing their face and like recording it with their face and being like, you look pretty. And I'm like,
That's
you could have
weird.
put that in my comments. You did not have to make a whole video.
We should just make Peabody and Atlas ones and we'll just walk out there and be like,
Hello.
hello.
Yeah.
Good life advice in general. Don't be creepy.
True.
Yeah, that's pretty much this whole stream. My biggest advice is don't be a creep to cosplayers or to anybody. Just don't be a creep.
Just in general. So what was like what makes you decide which to or what character to cosplay?
Honestly, if it's just
I have a follow-up question for that, but go ahead.
honestly, it's just like a character that I'm like, well, it's either I really like them, if I really want clout, then they're popular.
Always chase the
Cloud
clout.
chaser.
Yeah, I mean, when you get desperate, sometimes you gotta do it.
Sometimes you gotta do
You gotta do it to them,
When
okay?
the algorithm hurts you, you gotta fight back.
Yeah, when I get like 3 views in total, I'm like, oh no, we're fighting back, okay? And if their build looks really cool, if they like have like a cool like outfit.
They're buff? Oh, okay.
No, not like that kind of
See,
build.
They're really
that was-
built.
That's my follow-up question. It's like, do you think body type affects cosplays?
Oh.
That people do.
Oh, definitely. I think it shouldn't affect your body type, should not affect who you cosplay, but it definitely does. It matter to some people. Like for me, I don't cosplay men because of my chest, and I feel
Because
really
you're a woman.
yeah, and because I feel like really insecure about it that they're visible, and I'm not gonna buy a binder because that sounds painful. So I guess you could say it'd be a body type issue that I just don't cosplay men.
I say this because a while ago on Sci-Fi they had a show of cosplayers, which
That sounds great.
Yaya Han was on there, which is a huge one. Jesse Loggers, who's another one. Jessica Nigri popped up for a little bit.
Wow.
Negri.
Yeah.
Said that so
yeah.
so poorly.
I know.
Holly Conrad was also on there. But at one point...
We don't like her, don't we?
Yeah, we don't like
I
Holly
thought
Conrad.
people don't like her.
Yeah, but there's also, I think, like another girl named Jessica or something.
What'd she do?
I mean,
It's
drama. It's always a thing.
Like, yeah.
But
Especially with big cosplay.
one of the... There's like a kind of bigger dude, like hefty dude, came out in a Superman cosplay. And the judges were like, no. It's like, you don't have the right body
Seriously?
type for Superman. You shouldn't be cosplaying. And
It's not
caused
that
such an
deep.
uproar. Everybody was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, it's
What's up with that?
Yeah.
it's really not that deep. If there's a character you want to cosplay and you really want to cosplay that character, go for it. As long as, and like, race doesn't matter either. As long as you are not blackfacing or doing anything insensitive, you can cosplay that character.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
you don't
it just
have
kinda
to be
depends.
canon. That's a big word that's thrown around a lot in the cosplay community. You do
Don't
not
dress canonically.
yeah, you do not have to lose weight, gain weight, change your race for
Change your race.
You'd be surprised.
Go back to the games level.
No, it's just say people like to have fun with bronzer.
Ooh.
Don't do that. Just you don't have to be canon. You can just as long as you have the intent of cosplaying that character, you are cosplaying that character. It doesn't have to be canon outfit, canon race, canon body type. It's perfectly fine.
Fair.
That's my advice, I guess.
See, like, I really want to do a Kirishima from My Hero.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not going to shave my chest.
You don't have
Because
to.
like, that's a lot of hair that I have to get rid of. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not about that.
Yeah, my dad was cosplaying, or was going to, I guess he did sort of, was cosplaying Ash from Alien, and he cut his hair for the cosplay, which did not look great. You do not have to be that dedicated.
Yeah, he doesn't look the greatest with that short of hair. Like it was pretty close to a buzz cut, and we were all like,
basically. Yeah. And he was like, never again. I was like, don't do that.
It's funny. Nah, his best cosplay so far has been the pudgy Spider-Man from Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh my god, that was so
definitely
good.
pretty good.
It was so funny.
It was good. I enjoyed
totally
that.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
I mean, I would say like I haven't really done much of cosplay, but I guess I have when I've done Renaissance festivals.
That counts. Yeah.
But there are some people that take it to an extreme. Like we have like stuff that we built up over the years and whatnot, and it's really fun. And it actually hurt my soul for 2 reasons that we weren't having it this year. Because 1, I love going, and 2, the fucking meatball bread bowls I can't get this year, and I actually cried one night because I was like, that was my highlight of my year, and then it was.
I cried when GalaxyCon got canceled. Or I guess it got postponed, but it's going to be canceled. I cried, so.
Yeah, that was that. Obviously, a lot of conventions have been canceled because of death. So I've been curious, how has that like really changed how you've been doing cosplays?
Sort of.
Are you doing like waist up cosplays because that's where you guys need the camera to be?
Sometimes like I'll have this like really like impressive like top, and then I'll just wear like pajama pants.
I'm in.
Hey, all that matters is what's in frame.
Right.
Don't look below.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like get less perfectionist with my cosplays. Like this top is too small, so it's tied in the back, and stuff like that. It's just or too big, it's tied in the back. So I've definitely gotten like less like I guess self-conscious about my cosplays. It's like as long as they can see what I like about the cosplay, I don't really care.
Yeah.
But also like I've met people through cons and I really miss them. So that happens. So like I don't know, some people like feel less motivated when knowing that there's not like a con coming up, and some people feel more motivated. Personally, I don't think it really affected my cosplaying too much.
Do you prefer cosplaying for conventions?
Oh, totally. Like,
okay.
I'm kind of an attention whore, so when people like ask for a picture, I'm like, I'm famous. So
yes,
complete opposite of that one.
yeah, like
Exactly.
I want people to like see my cosplays, and I love displaying my cosplays and my hard work and money. So
look at my money.
well, that sounded wrong. The money that I put into the cosplay, I do like people seeing that and appreciating that. But cons also get overwhilming.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like when we first went to GalaxyCon, like the exhibition hall is huge. Is gigantic, and I was just like walking around, just trying to look around. I'm like, this is overwhelming. This is a lot.
I really want to go to that con. I love big cons.
It's a pretty good convention.
Big cons are cool but scary.
Yeah, I mean I gotta say I like conventions and everything, but I think I'm definitely one of those people that prefer just the panels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like as much as I like meeting the like voice actors and stuff that I like, and like looking at all the art and stuff. My favorite parts are still the panels where they like you have those people that you enjoy talk about interesting things. Like GalaxyCon had a bunch of like comic panels, and they were so good.
They had an iconic celebrity lineup. It was literally like an amazing celebrity lineup.
Oh yeah, they also had the one we went to. They had David Tennant, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But like to get a picture with him or a signature was like $100. So Alyse and I just like walked up, saw him, we're like, we're good.
Our life has completed.
I'm within 20 feet.
Yeah,
like,
basically.
Perfect.
No,
I'm good.
I love interacting with like vendors and like all the small artists at cons.
Yeah.
So big cons would probably be my dream because I'd be there. Like I'd be walking like at least 3 hours down one strip, being like, holy shit.
I mean, there's a lot of good artists, at least at GalaxyCon. Like it's. I mean, this one up here, I don't know how well. Yeah, it's pretty well in frame. That one up there I got from a convention, and that's one of my favorite art pieces I've ever seen. Like, it's really impressive, and they had a bunch of just anime-based ones.
Oh yeah.
Like they had a whole like pull up a wall.
Yeah, I haven't.
They're really cool.
I got into anime during quarantine, so I think it's gonna be a lot better going to a con knowing anime, because a lot of stuff I like didn't really understand. So yeah, I'm excited to go back to a con eventually, but any that are scheduled for this year, I do not plan on going.
Well, yeah.
For personal
the few
safety.
that are.
Yeah, but I know some people are. I mean, there's a con right now, as we speak, right?
There's the Mask Con So, which is interesting. I don't know what that's like or anything, but it's.
I want to see how it goes.
Apparently, it's all outside.
I'm waiting
that sounds uncomfortable.
till tomorrow morning where it's going to be like, there's an outbreak at MassCon.
It would be fun.
You broke the whole point of it.
There was an outbreak at A&T a couple days ago, so.
There's an outbreak everywhere.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, the whole world is outbroken right now.
The whole world's on fire.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm guessing they had like a ticket limit, like how many people could.
I have no idea. I don't know how people are trying to run that stuff. I can only imagine it's trying to do whatever they can because, those things have been... That's how they make so much of their money.
Yeah.
So
and like I get it, cons are fun, and voice actors especially are probably struggling a lot right now.
Oh yeah, voice actors make most of their money from conventions. So the fact that they don't have conventions going on right now is actually like a huge detriment.
And yeah, I miss the con rush. I miss it a lot, but
the con rush.
The feeling of going to a hotel, getting in cosplay, and then like coming home at like 11 p.m. and just crashing.
I think my favorite thing in like going to the convention and all that is like getting up after one day of the convention to go to like the shitty hotel breakfast.
Yeah.
And then you're just like in the elevator and you see another cosplayer and he's like, con?
Yeah, and you're like shit, here we go again.
I just imagine people that don't really know what conventions are and like cosplayers do, and like they're just at a random like Holiday Inn, and then they're just sitting in their breakfast having their coffee and muffin, and just are surrounded by people in dresses.
There's like that one kid that's like, holy shit, they're fucking real.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there have been like little kids that will come up to me thinking that I am that character.
So after we went to Ichiban in Charlotte, we went to the mall. And there were still people walking around in cosplay. Oh, yeah. And there's like so many kids just getting pictures of like every cosplayer that walked through the mall. It was so fun.
Yeah, I mean, and I love cosplaying in public because I love seeing people's faces. Yeah. They're like, what is she doing?
What are you wearing?
You are a teenager.
Scandalous.
Sometimes.
It would be really fun if... Because I know we're all eventually going to go to a con together. Probably. Especially when things open back up.
Oh, definitely.
Whenever that is.
Yeah, at one point we're all going to get like separate hotel rooms and we're just going to like not tell each other what we like decide to cosplay. Yeah. And we're going to walk out and we're going to be like, we all did Link? What the fuck?
Damn it. I have done Link for Halloween before.
You have?
I don't fit into it anymore. I was like 9. No. But
yeah, that was a while ago.
I'm still only going to do Navi if he does Link. I just think that'd be really funny.
Hello, listen. What are you saying?
I feel like more people would be so uncomfortable.
Oh, definitely.
You should do like a scandalous, like a really like tight dress, like barely covering your like ass cheeks.
Listen.
Yeah, watch out. Like, is that Navi? I just go, hey, listen. They're like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah. So what's like the hardest cosplay that you've ever done?
Oh God. I don't know. That's actually a really good question. Honestly, probably GLaDOS, because I had to make her like headpiece. And
oh yeah, I forgot you did that one.
I can't see. So
that does make that hard.
Yeah, and like I'm working on Natsuki from Doki Doki right now. Ooh. And I'm going to do where her neck like breaks. Spoilers, I guess. I already said it.
One of the most disturbing things.
And so
game.
I'm taking spirit gum and I'm like putting it on my eyes and mouth, so I won't be able to see again.
Seeing is usually pretty useful. So
there is another. Oh, I also did the puppet from Five Nights at Freddy's, and when I put the mask over my face, I can't see again.
You shouldn't make.
You just need to learn echolocation.
Yeah, basically.
Become a dolphin.
Anywhere I can't see is the hardest because I can't see, and vision is a pretty important thing.
Fair. So when you're making a cosplay, what goes into it to actually make it? What is your I don't know.
That depends on the cosplay.
Okay.
So I use this app called Cosplanner, which was actually made by a cosplayer.
No way.
Yeah, fun fact. Well, some people make things that don't know, like that they are not experienced in. I'm talking to the person who couldn't get through the Cuphead tutorial and was a gaming critic. So.
Wow, getting called out by a 15-year-old cosplayer.
Damn.
Sorry.
Damn, what the fuck? Sorry, Amy. I was looking at Cosplanner. This is actually kind of legit.
Hold on, I real quick would like to shout out Amy that says, thanks for being live right now. I locked my keys in my car, so now I'm sitting in the parking lot.
Well, welcome.
Amy, dear, what the fuck?
How did you do that?
How
did you manage that? But anyways, go on. Sorry.
So Cosplanner, and it basically helps you budget your cosplays and put in like what you need and how much it's going to take, how long you should be able to do it to keep you kind of like motivated.
That's very nice.
So I listed everything that I need, And then I kind of choose, do I want to sew? Do I want to buy off of Amazon? Do I want to thrift? Everything.
Wave to Amy.
Just kind
wave
of.
Wave to Amy. What a wave.
And basically I choose what I want to do. Usually it's kind of a mix between Amazon and thrifting, because some things like this shirt I could not find at a Goodwill. So
imagine though.
That'd be weird.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we found like full on fencing gear at
sure.
Goodwill once.
There's things you can find at Goodwill.
Whole like church get up, fencing gear.
Oh yeah, we found like a whole chorus get up. Yeah, we found some weird things.
Last time I was there, I found a fucking what was it? A auto parts, like O'Reilly Auto Parts, like entire setup, and I was like, I don't want to do it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, by the way.
Yes, this is my sister Alyse. She's the cosplay girl that
Hi.
cosplays.
Yeah.
Amy is our basically community manager.
Yeah. Oh,
She
nice.
runs our socials
Hi,
and stuff
Amy.
because we're really bad at doing that.
Yeah, she's PR.
Yes,
oh, cool.
Yes, she's PR.
Thanks for calling me cute. I respect that.
So, if you were to, if someone was trying to get into cosplay, what would you recommend they do?
What? Wait, hold on.
I never really answered the other question.
Oh, did you not? Okay.
Not really.
Amy said one of my friends found an Akatsuki robe for $10 at a Goodwill.
What's an Akatsuki robe?
That's the black and red cloud robe from Naruto.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
wow.
wild.
That's scary.
It's kind of fucking awesome.
Yeah, some things you can find at Goodwill is kind of like astonishing. But so then I go through the stuff that I need.
Okay.
Usually I look everything on Amazon, and if it's like a white shirt or something, I'm like I can get it like $4 at Goodwill.
True.
And so then I get my materials, and then I usually build a prop for something. Like, for example, for Chell, I have this portal gun. And I usually build the prop first, and then I buy the stuff. It comes through Amazon because I can't drive. So Amazon's honestly like my best friend, because I can't ask my parents each week to take me to Goodwill. And then I buy my wig, and wig styling is a big deal.
Wigs are hard.
Yeah,
wigs are difficult.
Wigs. But I'm just saying, him and I, we go to Goodwill like pretty much every week.
No, you go to Goodwill pretty much every week.
You want to take me to... Yeah. Okay. So I'll be making a few Goodwill trips after this. And
Itachi said, I'm done.
I love how she goes, I know Sean reads my message because he goes, And I read that Itachi goes, I'm done. I went...
You make that exact face. Like, that emoji she put in is your exact
You are
face.
the emoji.
You are the emoji.
That whole movie about me.
No.
They wrote it about me.
And wig styling takes me about 2 days.
I could never do wig styling. I can barely manage my own hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially for long wigs. Like, I do Nene Yashiro from Toilet Bound.
Oh, yeah, that sounds painful.
Her wig goes down to, like, my butt. So, it gets tangled all the time. And I have to take, like, strand by strand and straighten it.
Oof.
To keep it untangled, and then I style it and stuff.
So do you like just have like a closet full of wigs?
Sort of. It's outside my closet door, and there's just wigs like hanging.
So do you ever like wake up and have like sleep paralysis and just see like a bunch of people standing at your bed like ah?
Sometimes I don't. Yes, sometimes it plays in my head while I look at the wigs. Yeah. And especially if I'm having like a wig to dry, it's like hanging from the ground. Yeah. And something like Nene, where her hair is like really long, it looks like someone hung themselves in my room. It's really scary.
Yeah, that's a good thing to have just laying around.
Especially when people who don't know I cosplay that come to my house, they're like, "What go?" Yeah, they're like, "I'm gonna leave now."
This is where the catfishing comes in. They're like,
I make dolls.
I just need an extra strand of hair. Yours is really pretty. I'm sorry?
Your hair is so beautiful.
Yeah.
If I could just take a piece. Just start being very creepy.
Yeah, and then like I have like a backdrop also hung up in my room with LED lights, and I have a prop table. It's a disaster.
Yeah, it takes a lot to build those things.
And especially when you don't have your own house and you can dedicate a room to cosplay, and you use your own bedroom.
Let's say, have you seen Yaya Han's stuff? She has a room bigger than this, and it's a fucking closet full of all of her pieces.
Jesus.
And she has a fucking table in the middle with all of her props, and it's the coolest thing
That's
ever.
cool. That's also scary.
Oh, it's so funny because I mean she does all of this, and her husband is given the small ass room and playing video games and watch TV, and he's just it's a compromise. She brings in the money.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
It works.
It's so funny.
I'm kind of the same way, Amy. I don't really have the patience for it.
You have to have a lot of patience.
It takes a lot.
Yeah.
I learned patience through cosplay. And I'm still not very patient.
It's that's a lie.
But I learned some patience.
Good for her. So, okay, then back. Is that usually how your whole cosplays go?
Usually, yeah. And then
you post it to your Instas
the
and
Insta
your
and the TikTok.
TikTok.
Tickety-tockety. Yeah, and I get my clout, so.
That's all you need.
That's all I need.
Me, a writer, I don't have the patience.
Amy, you send me the randomest fucking questions, especially when I'm at work, and I'm like, I don't have time to answer these.
Just contemplating things randomly at work, I don't know, do seagulls? I don't know.
No, last time I got asked was so is Gar's sand weightless? And I'm like, Amy.
What?
She goes, well, the thing, because it's a lot of sand. He would have to be carrying it around. So is Gar secretly swole? I'm like, well, he can make it float, so I guess he's not. And she goes, but that tastes a constant bitter chocolate, so he's going to be swole. And I'm okay.
Are all of her questions related to Naruto?
No, I've been asked about a strip club before, too.
Nice.
Oh, okay. We have variety.
Yeah.
You just, you need whatever you get. I don't know if Gara-san has weight. Who cares?
Maybe it does.
No one likes Naruto. Naruto's lame. Okay, so then, if you do have someone that is trying to get into cosplay, then what would you have them do?
I would recommend using a 5-piece strategy where you choose your character that only has essentially 5 pieces. So, for example, Mabel, sweater, skirt, socks, shoes, wig, and maybe headband if you want. And you just work at those 5 pieces. And so it's nothing too big. You're not pushing yourself too much to, make foam armor and stuff like that. I wouldn't start anything like that just yet.
Like Momon?
Don't do anything super crazy. And
yeah, I am right, Amy. No one likes Naruto. It sucks.
And I've said this 30 times on the stream, but you do not have to be canon. If you think that Ochako would wear a light pink sweater and a jean skirt, you can wear that and say
you all the Rule 34 artists?
Oh God.
Huh?
Do you not? Okay, we're not getting into that then.
Okay, but if that's what you think she would wear, you can wear that and say this is what she would wear, and you don't have to have a wig either. It's honestly just dress up.
I mean, isn't that the whole thing for cosplay? It's just supposed to be creativity.
It really is. It really does dial down to creativity.
It's art and expression, honestly.
It really is, and if the more creative you get, honestly, the more people that will like your stuff. In my opinion.
It's just, yeah. I mean, I think that's the main thing. Anyone can copy,
Mm-hmm.
You can take what you've already seen and then do it again. But I think the more weird you get with it, the better it is.
Actually, talking about copying, if you see a design and you like it, and it wasn't your original design, and it wasn't whatever media it's from, original design, please give credit if you're going to be cosplaying that. That happens a lot.
What do you mean, take designs?
Okay, so for example, in Portal, giving another Portal example, Wheatley and GLaDOS, they're robots. You really can't look exactly like them. So you have to get creative. And usually that makes making your own design. And if you steal that design without giving any credit to the person who originated that design,
plagiarism.
That is plagiarism.
But it's on the internet, so you can't legally sue somebody for it.
You technically cannot sue somebody for it, but it is just rude. Just don't be mean. And just credit them. All I have to say is, this person made it. So for me, my designs, I have another GLaDOS design in my brain, and I plan on telling nobody until I release it.
Fair.
Hey, that's
so it
what
was,
I do.
yeah. What's the one that you did? Was that someone else's design that you had found?
That is a fanon design, so that means that overall the fandom sees that that's what she would look like.
So it's not necessarily like one person's design.
Yeah, you could do a lot of digging, but I just say it's a fanon design. But I constantly update GLaDOS, and so, or like what I do to design her, and so I'm like, hey, this is my original concept. Please don't steal it. Just give credit. Yeah. And that's kind of a big deal.
That's why I have like an actual notebook where I write down all my ideas for everything. Mostly because it's much easier just to keep it out of other people's hands.
And I use the app Cosplanner.
That seems like a pretty good app.
It is. It's a helpful app, especially if you are unorganized. So.
Yay! Amy got into her car.
No, she's getting into her car in 15 minutes.
In 15 minutes.
Good for you, Amy.
Why is my sister better than both of us combined?
Because you like girls, Amy.
Oh.
I would be ashamed. I'm never ashamed. I'm just here, man.
Well, thank you.
Give her the podcast.
All right, well,
bye.
Alyse, it's yours. Enjoy.
Here's the stream key.
You can enjoy the comfy chair. I'm gonna be.
It's not a comfy chair.
It doesn't feel that comfortable. I really said it might have been comfortable, but it's not.
He seemed offended.
No, I just put my chest on it.
Why you do that on every?
I know, but that would hurt.
You need to we need to make a compilation of every time you pop your chest. Because he does it like every stream, and it's so weird. Man. I don't know why you do this. It's disturbing. Stop.
Why do you do this?
Why do you do this? Stop. Humanity.
Honestly, doing streaming was really nerve-wracking. Like this whole week, I was like, I'm going to mess up. But honestly, it's not that bad.
I mean, well, it's to go again slightly off topic. It's the streaming that we do isn't really like high intensity. It's just like we just fuck around.
Yeah. There's no like script.
Yeah, if anybody watched last night, it was literally just a compilation of what the fuck is happening.
Like at the last hour mark, the vibe went from like here to here. It just completely changed.
It was so funny.
It was funny.
But it was so much better the last hour.
I mean, it was just fun.
Yeah, it was.
I had the best time, so.
It was a good pre-affiliate stream.
Yeah, that's a good little celebration.
That was a pre-affiliate.
Yeah, I mean, right after it was done.
I hit 200 followers on Instagram. On stream. So yay! And Clout, I am like 10 away from 500 on TikTok. So
wow.
Yeah. Super cool. Ugh. Thank you to all the Danganronpa stands.
Danganronpa's where
they gave me like 300 followers.
Jesus.
So thank you guys.
Stream elements. Yeah, you're right. Make sure to follow the stream.
Yeah.
My sister's name is Alyse.
Yes.
Assel what?
What?
ASL baby.
Oh, like American Sign Language?
Oh.
I don't know.
Why are you what?
That's what I think.
I don't know why she's talking about that. Anyways, so you've been doing you said you were doing the Natsuki one, right?
Yes, Natsuki.
So what does that take? Or do you not know?
Well, I'm kind of so I do buy some of my cosplays.
Okay.
Some people think that's cheating. I just say it's not cheating. Whatever. But I usually try to see like would me making it myself be cheaper than buying it, and I've kind of learned that I was reading the chat. I've learned that honestly just buying it is going to be cheaper. So I probably buy it and get a wig.
It's mostly just like schoolgirl
it's
clothing.
Right? White like button up, an orange vest, tan blazer, and a blue skirt.
Yeah, so it doesn't take much.
But the thing with buying schoolgirl cosplays or schoolgirl outfits pre-made is that the skirts tend to go a little short.
Yeah, Japan does like that.
Okay, also
Japan's
when
weird.
you buy them from Asia, their size is so like I had to buy an Asia extra large, and it makes me feel so insecure because I'm a medium.
Asians are small.
Well, yeah,
I was like, y'all are small.
Never read the chat when I'm around. That's the rule 1. True.
Amy is a handful, if you couldn't tell.
She's
a force
entertaining.
of chaos.
Yeah.
I like
you'll
Amy.
You'll meet her at some point, but
be afraid.
Be afraid.
I'm not.
Because she'll probably talk your head off.
That's okay. I do that too.
So
we'd get along.
So I'm actually kind of the same with what you were saying about like the Natsuki cosplays. Like I would buy cosplays. Like
yeah.
I like basically I do not have the time and or patience to make cosplays like that. And also because I'm like I said earlier, I want to do it right the first time. Mm-hmm. And for most of the cosplays I do, that doesn't exactly work. So I would mostly just want to like actually buy the cosplay. We do wish we were just as funny as you, Amy. You're right.
And especially with anime cosplays, it's so much easier just to buy them.
Yeah.
Dude, go to Anime Paradise. Do you remember when I took you there in Raleigh?
Oh, yeah.
That's where you got the laptop sticker, right?
Yeah, that's where I got a couple of those stickers from that place.
You deserve it all.
Aw.
Jesus.
Thank you.
They did, but they did have a lot of cosplay stuff they just had like a cosplay corner.
Didn't they have wigs?
They did have wigs,
They
which is a little
had
weird.
like full-blown outfits too.
That is cool.
Did
I
they?
kind of want to go.
Cool.
So,
and also
which one of y'all are
body pillows at the
taking
end of
me?
it.
Huh?
Who's taking me?
Oh, we'll figure it out.
You're taking me to Goodwill, so now it's your turn.
Yeah, that's true.
What? No.
And you're...
Hot Topic. I'll take
Yeah, and Hot Topic. So, come on.
Oh man, Hot Topic. What a place to go. Where we get creepy clown
yeah,
costume.
But spooky, scary clown?
Yeah, you missed
That's
that
where it's
part,
at.
Amy, that was
Miss Spooky Scary Clown cosplay. It was amazing.
Or Creepy Susie on Amazon.
I just love how people dodge like the trademarks and all of those costumes. Like at Spirit Halloween, you see a bunch of that, like Jumpman, which is supposed to be Mario.
Yeah, you guys
the
should.
original name of Mario, Jumpman.
You guys should do like a trivia and like make up random names and have one name, and it's like Mario is, and
True
it's like
or false.
Yeah, basically like 2 truths and a lie, or
Yeah, it's
2
like
lies and a truth.
Green elf.
Yeah. So maybe I just gave you guys a stream idea.
We should make a really just shitty cosplay of a Halloween, like the Spirit of Halloween story.
I mean, we made a great cosplay out of Spirit Halloween. My Plague Doctor stuff was like what, $100 in a hour trip at Spirit Halloween.
That's true.
Cosplaying at Spirit Halloween, I totally recommend it.
It's not as bad as you'd actually expect. Like, you kind of think about it as just like these random stores that appear for 2 months and then are gone again like a ghost.
Never get a
They're
Halloween
ghost.
wig. I recommend because
I feel like wigs are the one things that are hard.
Wigs, you can get them. There's a brand called Map of Beauty that you can get. That's not the correct word. Get at on Amazon for and they're like $12. They're really cheap, and they're not obviously paid for what you get, so it's not like high quality. But that was where I got my Mabel for a con, and it lasted and it looked good.
I can't remember where I got my Link cosplay wig. I got it a little while ago, but it was like, it wasn't. It was like maybe $30, and from what I can tell, which isn't much, but it seems like a pretty good wig.
Yeah,
it's decently made, and it's got all of its little form. And
yeah, and you could go
so.
super expensive and get like a lace front wig, which would be about $100. But
what's that?
A lace front is just, it makes it look more natural, like it's actually on your
hairline.
Mm-hmm. That some people use for like everyday use, and some people use for cosplay. But those are again like $100 to $200.
Yeah, they can get pretty expensive.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'll probably invest in one eventually because I use like the one that I use for Mabel. I use for like 6 other cosplays, so I'll probably get like a really nice one because I use it all the time. But I just don't have the money for that right now. So.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, honestly, Spirit Halloween was a decent place for us to go and just grab a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, getting like props and stuff from Spirit Halloween is honestly not a bad idea. People do that. And actually, since Among Us is really popular, people do Among Us cosplays, and they'll buy like astronaut suits basically.
Okay. That makes
and
sense.
so every Spirit Halloween in all of America, they're sold out of astronaut helmets.
That's funny.
Like literally, there's like this like TikTok like storm of TikTokers being like, which one of y'all took it? Like they're literally sold out. So
that's crazy.
But some people just like put on purple for Purple Among Us. That's what I did. I'm not getting a whole astronaut suit. So they're literally like
doing.
blobs.
I mean, yeah, you're not even 100% sure if they're astronauts. They're just little beans.
That's true.
They're little beans. They're small beans.
Have you seen like all the conspiracy theories about all that shit?
Oh God.
What?
Okay.
There's like the imposters are actually the original people on the ship, and like the crewmates are the ones taking over, because
Why?
the imposters actually know about the vents and can use the vents. They can control everything on the ship from one remote. They can live without oxygen. And it's so funny because they're like, we don't need all this shit. And they're like, the only reason a crewmate would have to rewire something is to get their way. about like hotwiring your ship. It's really funny.
That's honestly stuff like
theory.
that where it's like Among Us, like Animal Crossing, where like you don't need a huge theory. There's nothing big behind it. I love watching theories about it.
My favorite Animal Crossing thing is like there's literally a piece of dialogue where it's like, yeah, Tom Nook wears this raccoon costume all the time, and everybody's like,
He's furry.
What?
He's not real. Well, I mean, the whole thing about Animal Crossing is that you're like stolen by a kappa, which is
basically
which is what kappas do in Japanese folklore.
I love game theory because Matt Pat brings up the craziest theories on like the dumbest things.
Though I gotta say, again, we're delving off topic, but I do really want to point this out. A lot of people make fun of him for his sans theory, even though that's like the most credible one that he's ever really done. I was like, wait, that actually makes a lot of sense though.
Yeah, I mean, with stuff that's like meant to have lore, like Portal, what else? Doki Doki, stuff like that.
All of fucking FNAF.
All of FNAF, which he still goes on about, which is impressive. Stuff like that. His theories are really interesting. And then he does stuff like Among Us and Animal Crossing, where it's like, this is obviously a stretch, but like, it's not a bad theory.
Yeah, they're all interesting.
And it's like, there's one where it's like, one of his Animal Crossing theories was that like, everybody was a human. You just had like hallucinations and they look like animals.
You're just on the drugs, man.
Yeah, basically. And it's actually like really interesting.
So one last question before we start to wrap this up. Do you prefer making clothing or props?
Props.
Ooh, okay. Why?
Nah, because I just seem to be better at making props. And costumes, honestly, I'm better at sewing. But for some reason, I find painting and making props so much more fun.
You should make an Etsy about props. You could probably make some good money.
Could, and I have actually had people have asked me to make portal guns for them, and I was like, no.
So what did it take you to make this portal gun?
This was actually made
for audio listeners. So there's a little portal gun that she made.
I did a
sitting
little
on her thing.
challenge during quarantine, because this was in March and you literally couldn't go anywhere. Where I was like, I'm gonna make it all out of stuff that's at my house. So everything except for the LED flashlight back here is made from stuff at my house. So this is an empty hairspray bottle cap.
Oh, okay.
This is an empty like makeup container. This is an empty perfume that I sanded so the light would travel. And then this is foam that I had. So, and this is cardboard.
That's my foam. You stole my foam.
Yeah, I did steal your foam.
Thief.
And it's really nice. So
I mean, you used
we're
it more than I
balling on
did.
a budget. So
That's true.
yeah.
Nice.
So this was in total $5 to make, and people have asked me to make it for them, and I was like, because I looked up, I was just gonna get a portal gun. It's $2,000.
Oh yeah, portal gun. There's actual portal guns, and they're expensive as heck.
I was like, I'll just make one, and I did, and I don't think it turned out that bad. So
Yeah, it's.
I am proud of
Really
my
well
portal gun, and people really like it. So
Have you made other props, or is that like? The only real
I
one
have a
you
prop
made?
for about everything. So I have a knife. I have knife.
Balling on a budget.
Yeah, basically. And then I have Maple's headband. I have so many. I'm going to be doing Bendy from Bendy the Ink Machine. I have this little bow. I have the like for Natsuki, the little black like mouth and eye.
Oh, did you also make the mask for the puppet?
I also made the mask. Yeah, I have a prop for pretty much every
What did it
character I
take
made.
to make the mask?
I cut out cardboard. I painted it, and then I took like a stretchy like headband thing, cut
Did you
it.
have the stretchy hands from the like little toys?
No,
Oh,
that would
be great.
Have you ever gotten those in your hair? Those hurt to take out.
What?
They hurt.
No, Alyse, I've not gotten those in my hair.
Well,
I'm responsible
Yeah.
with my silly hands.
well, sometimes you go a little too crazy.
I'm in my car. Bye, loser.
Bye.
Bye, bitch.
But yeah, I took like a stretchy headband and I cut it and I hot glued it and yeah, I made the mask and people
Nice.
like it and I'm like, thanks.
Start an Etsy, man.
Maybe, but like it's cardboard. I feel bad. Like they're not getting like a high quality thing. It's just it looks good on camera. I honestly don't know what I'm doing half
As
the
long
time.
as you don't like jack your prices up to be like 40, and you like put it in like 20 and under, you can be fine.
You should sell your portal gun for $2,000.
Yeah.
I'm not selling my portal gun for
Just,
$2,000.
you know,
Portal gun stays
do an
with me.
eBay stunt.
Oh,
Put the picture of the
speaking of
real
that, I made Potato GLaDOS.
Oh,
And
yeah, I do remember
she
that.
looks really cool. She's probably my favorite.
Is it
one.
from an actual potato?
No.
one.
Then what's the point?
I actually made it out of a soda can.
Oh.
And then,
okay.
do you remember
What's soda?
Zevia? No, bubbly. So
Ew.
it's sparkling
Ew.
water.
Ew.
Because water's
I'm
not good.
Sparkling water stan. So
I hate you.
shout out to you, Bubbly and LaCroix and all that stuff.
Nope.
Anyways, and do you remember that Curious George hide and seek game?
Yeah.
I took the little like button thing that you use and then I put a can on top of it. I'll have to show you later.
You ruined my favorite Curious George board game.
Yeah, and they stopped
fucking potato.
Yes,
oh
and they
God.
stopped selling the game, so you can't get another one. Yeah, because someone asked me how I made it, and I was like,
"This is distraught."
And I was like, I don't know if you want to buy the whole game, but I don't think it'd be too expensive. And it's not sold, so it is kind of expensive. So if I didn't mess with it,
you have to go on eBay.
Yeah, basically, and it's kind of expensive to get. Like it's like $100. So if I didn't do that to the device thingy, we could have made some good money, but whatever.
Wow. Good job. I blame you.
Yeah, but like, who wants a Curious George game? Like, is it really that valuable?
Some people love the Curious Georges, man.
I guess so.
Swang.
Is there any other questions?
They asked too many questions.
Yeah,
what?
Any other questions?
You don't like Curious George?
I said I don't like the Curious Georges because they asked too many questions.
Are you trying to diss us
Yes.
for our last name?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's okay.
Rude.
Well, I got called Regina George a lot.
Wow.
And I was like,
From,
is this a compliment or an insult?
I feel like that'd be an
Mean
insult,
Girls?
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't she like the grade A asshole in that?
Yeah, but like,
I feel like that would be.
But she's pretty, so it's like, are you calling me pretty?
Oh, I got
Aww. And she's iconic.
Maybe
so.
you should cosplay as
Pretty
Regina
fucking
George, which I don't think really would be anything.
I did for
just have
Halloween.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't turn out very well. I hate it. But
Are you doing anything for this Halloween?
Yeah.
I might do Coraline.
Ooh.
And yeah, I'm not sure.
So what would that involve? Just like, a rain jacket and I guess
Yeah.
a striped shirt.
A striped shirt, rain jacket, and a blue wig.
Fair enough. That makes sense.
Are
Is
you
Dad going to do
dad?
the dad?
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
that would
putting
be
on
great.
that, and then Corey doing the other
That'd
mother.
be great.
Yeah.
Our dad is from Michigan and also a writer, and if you've seen Coraline, that's exactly what the dad is in that. So
Yeah.
just wears a Michigan State sweater and depressingly types on the
Also-
typewriter.
Are you winning, Dad?
Also, stream They Might Be Giants. They're a good band.
Oh yeah, shout out to They Might Be Giants.
They sang the little Coraline song, or one of the lead singers sang the Coraline
Fun
song.
fact, they were supposed to do the whole soundtrack of Coraline, but then it got dropped last minute because they wanted to go for a different aesthetic. But yeah. Do you have any other questions, Sean? Well, hold on, he's drinking water. Give it a second.
Nope.
Okay.
No, it's okay.
That was a lot for a no. I was expecting something like grand.
Wait, are you saying Sean's dramatic?
Me? Dramatic? Never.
Throws the water bottle. Damn it!
You're like a monotone dramatic. It's weird.
Monotone
Because you're so monotone, but you're crazy.
Call him, that's
It's
why we
called
call him.
sarcasm.
We call him Eeyore. That's why
That's
we call him
true.
Eeyore.
Basically.
He's dramatic
I
but
used to-
I feel
monotone.
like that's a good.
I used to not want to put the headphones on because I could hear my voice and I just sound like this.
Oh, don't worry, you do.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, okay.
You sound constantly sick.
Especially when I'm tired, it just drops a whole other octave and it's so bad.
True.
But
All right. Well, with that being the case, I think we'll wrap it up here. Thank you, everyone, for listening to the podcast. Remember that you can follow us at IDC Podcast on Twitter to get updates. And like we said at the beginning, we are now affiliated on Twitch.
yay.
So make sure to follow us on twitch.tv/Identity Crisis Show. And if you'd like, please subscribe to support us. We would greatly appreciate it. And if you have a Twitch Prime, use your Twitch Prime sub on us because we're cool people, right? Right?
And you should follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Alyse.cosplays. Alyse is spelled ALYSE and dot and COSPLAYS.
She's such a good speller.
Yes.
She should go to a spelling bee.
I almost want to spelling bee. You made it in a spelling bee.
I did
too.
make it into a spelling bee until I got too nervous and
You
then
made it into a spelling bee?
messed up. Yes,
In,
I
like,
did.
fourth
At
grade.
Pilot. No, in fifth grade.
Sorry.
How dare you?
Wow.
Anyways, we'll see you all later. Thank you for coming
Later.
out.
Bye.
Bye.